In the offseason, Jalen Brunson signed a 4-year, $104 million contract with the New York Knicks, and it was called a massive overpay. But realistically, this was one of the biggest underpays and steals of the offseason. He has become a legit star and is the new king of New York. Yes, that sounds like an exaggeration, but it really is true. Jalen Brunson has been a him. Yes, he's been a him. Jalen Brunson averaging 23.6 points. Nobody really saw that. Yes, he was good to end the season with the Dallas Mavericks. The season before, he was a 16-point per game scorer. Revisionist history is crazy. He wasn't that 25-point all-star. Yes, he did step up after the trade deadline. After Kristaps Porzingis got traded, he was way better. He wasn't a star. He wasn't that guy. From December 15th on, which is really when he started to get better, he averaged 17.2 points. So solid numbers. He was good throughout the season. Had a nice end of season stretch where he was really a really solid player. I mean, he was good. But this level? No, he was not this level. Yes, in the postseason, he did average. He was amazing. He led the Mavericks to the first 3 games over Utah since Luka was out. But he averaged 22 points. That's in such a small sample size. This is a big 66 games. We've seen this now. He can do this for a full season. Maintain being the main playmaker on the New York Knicks, who, by the way, the New York Knicks are 5th in the East. They are a team that you do not want to face in the playoffs. They are scary. You do not want to face the New York Knicks in the playoffs, and they're most likely going to play the Cleveland Cavaliers. So the top 3 teams probably getting off easy the first round, because both of those teams are teams that you don't want to play. The Knicks, Jalen Brunson, big fan base. Their home games are going to be insane. I mean, yes, that first playoff series, they had hope. Yes, they have a new core. They have Jalen Brunson added to it. The hope is serious for long-term success for this team. It's not like before. This team's more legit than that team that got knocked out by the Hawks. And the Cleveland Cavaliers, I've talked about why they're scary. I'm making a documentary on them. I'm not sure when it's going to get out. I've been so busy. But hopefully within the next month or 2, and then a LeBron documentary. So go check that out. Subscribe to the video. I'm trying to grow this channel. But yeah, Cleveland Cavaliers, New York Knicks, both scary. If the Celtics or will probably be the Bucks. Maybe the Celtics sneak up to the 1 seed, but most likely the Bucks. If they play Cavaliers or Knicks, it's not going to be some rollover. We've seen Drew Holiday in clutch games against that game against the Celtics yesterday, or 2 days ago when you see this. That was a rough game. He was absolutely terrible. Yes, he scored 51 the day before. This has been a trend. But back to the Knicks, back to Jalen Brunson. He's been a star. He's been very efficient while doing it. 49% from the field. Yes, that's a slight drop from his numbers in Dallas. For a .014 field goal drop, I'm not going to complain because he is one of the main ball handlers with Dallas. He was a secondary ball handler, even sometimes relegating to Spencer Dinwiddie, though that was extremely rare. And of course, we saw that less and less throughout the season once Dinwiddie was traded to Dallas. That was really rare. But of course, he was still the secondary ball handler. Luka was number 1. We saw Brunson as the number 1. But Luka was the number 1 ball handler. This is Brunson's team. They don't have a guy that is dribbling instead. R.J. Barrett, I guess. Emmanuel Quickley's mostly having his big games where he gets all the stardom when Jalen Brunson's out, so it's not really him taking the role. He's the main guy. R.J. Barrett, I guess. He's averaging 16 field goal attempts a game. Julius Randle, 18.6, which is kind of nasty, if I'm going to be honest. But Brunson's been efficient, 41% from 3 also, on almost 5 attempts a game. He's not shooting the most attempts. He's actually 4th or 5th on his own team. Behind Randle, Quentin Grimes, Quickley, and Barrett. 4.7 is a lot. 41% from that much is a lot. He's the highest, the best high 3-point attempts member on the team, I guess. Svi Mikhailov's ahead of him. He's only played 13 games with the team. Josh Hart's ahead of him. He's only played 20 games with the team. So, Brunson, very efficient. 49, 41, 83 splits. That's amazing. He's also become an improved defender. Yes, his defense was kind of a bit over, but he's definitely been an improved defender under Tom Thibodeau. Maybe that's Tom Thibodeau coming over from Jason Kidd, who this season has taken a big step back, huge step back. Though the defensive win shares aren't as much, the defensive box plus minus isn't as much. That's because the New York Knicks, they're not as a great defensive team as the Dallas Mavericks were last year. Right now, Knicks are 18th in defense. Mavericks last year, they were 7th. Yeah, they were actually good. It's kind of insane, but Jason Kidd's first year as a coach does wonders to a team. After that, he falls off. Yeah, Jalen Brunson. Is he the new king of New York? Is he the guy for the future? Because he's clearly the point guard, but he's not the one on the championship team. So that's really what the Knicks might be trying to find. Can you find a one on a championship team? Because Jalen Brunson, can he be the two? Maybe. He might be able to. Along with Julius Randle, RJ Barrett. Maybe there's not a declared two. Probably not a declared two. But maybe if all of those combine as a 2, 3, 4, can Randle, Brunson, and Barrett be the 2, 3, 4 on a championship team? I believe so. Barrett as the 4 isn't the greatest, but if you put him in a role where he's shooting high percentage shots, he's just doing his role, and that's it, I think it'll be good. I think he's still overused. Randle and Brunson, it's a 2, 3. If you have a legit superstar next to them, I believe they can. Especially in the day and age of super teams failing to win. It's a one star, and surround your team with great role players, great all-stars, but not superstars around them. Maybe you can win. That's what the Knicks team could be. Now, how do they get that star? I don't know. Damian Lillard, he's going to be in the trade talk soon. There's a video coming out on him in probably a week, I think it's scheduled to. New York is definitely a definite place for them. Not sure what other star is going to be on the trade block. Maybe Anthony Davis. Potentially, depending on how far the Lakers make it in the playoffs. Damian Lillard going to New York, maybe. But could Brunson be the 2 or 3 on a championship team? I believe so. He's scary. 24 points. He's only going to get better since we've seen his work ethic. He was a second-round guy that had a terrible playoffs. Averaged 9.3 and 8.2 points in his first couple seasons, was not even a starter in his third season. In his fourth season, didn't begin the season as a starter. He's had to work so hard, and he clearly has that work ethic. He's probably going to get better. All-NBA, I don't know if it's on the way with how guard-heavy this league is, but would I be shocked if Jalen Brunson ended up with an All-NBA appearance by the time he retired? No, it's in the works. It's definitely possible. He's the new king of New York. Just accept it. They're going to be scary in the playoffs. I can't wait to see Cavs versus Knicks because that is going to be a battle.